think I'm gonna try with this title. Hello. Welcome back, my dear subscribers. Thank you very much for tuning in. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is my channel where I like to watch, react, and review a variety of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I'm going to be watching episode 9 of the 5th season of The Expanse, titled... Here we go. It's a long one. Winnipesaukee? I hope I got that right. I'm not even going to attempt to try to say it again. That's the episode I'm going to be pressing play on, but before I do that, I do need to cover some very basic stuff, so if you're new to my channel, please listen up and don't skip ahead. The first thing you should know, just in case you missed it in the title, is that this is a spoiler-filled reaction video. Spoilers ahead related to The Expanse up until this point. Spoilers ahead, you have been warned. And the second thing that I want you to know is that it is possible you've come across older videos on my channel, mainly season 1, episode 1, where at that point in time I was showing a picture-in-picture type of reaction. Unfortunately though, I no longer provide those kinds of reactions here on my channel. Instead, what I offer is a watch-along type of experience. So if you want to know how to successfully watch along with me, click on the video that's right above my finger right here, or head on over into the description box below and click on the link leading to my video titled How to Watch Along With Me. Okay, so I am now going to get ready to press play on episode 9. We left off with Naomi in episode 8, clipping off the distress communication and Corral realizing something's wrong. And then we ended off with also Amos and Clarissa and Erich possibly, getting off Earth and going to Luna. What else? Then we also had Drummer finding out about Naomi's death. And she seemed to be in a rage of grief. So I definitely want to see what happens with that. And of course, her crew, they're worried about her. And one particular crew member, she looks like she might make a drastic decision that could affect situations. I'm not sure about that. Either way, there's a lot coming. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. So if you are going to watch along with me, let's get to it right now to my countdown. And if not, skip ahead to the review takeaway portion of this video. Either way, I hope to see you at some point, but I'm going to watch this episode. So peace out for now. All right, Screaming Firehawks, let's now count down to play. All right, so I'm at the 0000 mark, ready to count down, starting at 3, 2, 1, play. Yo, seriously, Marco accusing Philip? It's gonna be a tragic outcome, I know it. Alright, so one of you mentioned the Palace Station situation will be interesting. Let's see. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be surprised if this is all going to happen at the last minute. They'll figure it out. I just want to see Marco's reaction to that. I'm assuming a proximity detonator cannot be remotely controlled. Just assuming that. Really? Of course. Gosh. He's kind of predictable in a very odd way. Well, I guess not odd, just very cliched way. Huh? Oh my god, look at his face! Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Yes! No, it's not! Yay! It's such a small detail that completely makes this so awesome. Question is, who's going to figure it out first? All right, I'm going to place my bet on Holden with the faith that he knows Naomi. And he'll figure out what she's trying to warn them of. I'll just leave it at that. All right? Putting my faith in you, Holden. Do you know your girl well or what? Also, I think it's fitting that Holden figures it out. Right? This is going to take a serious toll on her body. More than it already has. Oh, gosh. Wait, let me go back to the marking. Pause. I'm at 438. Just going to go back 10 seconds. And I'm going to stop where they show the marking. I just want to see how many times that was so far. So I'm going to count down first. 3, 2, 1, play. Pause at 431. My screen is a little bit wonky. Okay, so that's 5. Wow, 17 days? That's what I've counted. It's the best I can see. Chicken scratch! All right, so I've counted 17 days, or 17 days. 17 tries. Wow. Okay, cool. Either way, it's a lot. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. Suck up that water. Wow. Can you imagine? That's how she's surviving right now. Honestly, I'm thinking to myself, if this character does get killed off, it's quite tragic, but also it's good TV, you know, to see them go through this trial and tribulation and then die. You know, especially in a very last minute they couldn't save her kind of thing. I'll be fine with that kind of death. But if she doesn't die and she gets saved, of course I'm happy. But I could see them subverting me with another death. That would just freak me out. You know who I could see dying too? Philip. I think I said it in my last reaction. I could see him going a little cuckoo, especially with all the pressure from Marco and dealing with the emotional issues with Naomi and thinking that she's dead. I could see him making a drastic decision to prove himself somehow, and then he loses his life. I could see that too. Either way, I know somebody's gonna die. From the way you all reacted to when I said none of the staple characters would die. Okay, so it's a lake. All right. I hope I even pronounced it right. So that's where Clarissa wanted to go, right? She said all the rich would go. So I'm assuming we'll meet some new characters. Or any familiar faces for Clarissa. I wonder how they'll react to her now that she's not part of their little class system. Or is this somewhere completely different? I don't know. I guess I'll see. All right, let me just tone down my babbling now. It's so damn dark. And I have my display up super at the maximum. Huh? Who are all these people? Oh, it's Erich's people? Okay, well, with all this, with all this, basically, I'm assuming then some gunfire is gonna happen. I'd really like it if it was easy for them to just jump on and, boom, 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 they're out of there. That'd be awesome. But not with a show like this. For television purposes, there must be violence and action. Yo, it is so dark, I could barely see Amos's face. And because she's the only one that can fly, yo, they better not hurt her. I like Erich very much. Is it fixable? Yeah. I was about to say, this looks like a sweet one for real. All right, so we'll see what happens there eventually. Avasarala. Want to know any news about her husband? Making the assumption he's no longer there. What is that, though? They struck? They already struck Palace Station? Okay, well, there is that. Like, really, you should have. Oh, okay. So that's official now. So what? Kill them all? That's... Wow. It's pretty much genocide. It's just slow genocide. And mine too. Seriously. This is such a regression. At least wait to see how things play out after Palace Station and, prepare a counter move if necessary. But to just, let's blow up anything Belter related. Mm, true that. Yeah, but don't underestimate drummer's intelligence. She ain't stupid either. She might figure something out. I hope so, anyway. It's not fancy. Look at those gold rimmed glasses. Look at that gal with her bib. Her facial expressions are hilarious. Okay. Teamwork, let's go. No, he can't, Clarissa. He can't fake no ID. She should turn to Amos. Can he fake ID? I'd like to see his response. Oh boy. I have a feeling Erich is going to be a problem here. Uh-oh. Here comes the problem. She's not wrong either. But I'm leaning towards Amos and Erich. It reminds me of that Ruffles commercial. It's an old one. And a friend of mine sent me a YouTube video about it. Oh my gosh. If drummer accidentally kills... No. No, no. I'm not gonna believe it. Potential. She trying to protect her somehow still? The drummer doesn't know yet? I hope. So is that the names of the dead? Is that what that is? Like a memorial? Oh, okay, yes, then it is. So when you officially believe it's the case, you post it up there? Oh, okay. Oh. It's actually a really cool concept. Oh my gosh, wow. Huh. Well, well, well! Oh boy. These two now are gonna have a rift. I wouldn't. Okay. So you want glory? Like, whatever. Ah! Finish the joke! I have to pause. 2541. It's so simple. I love it. I want to see her reaction now to it. Oh my god. I didn't even think that she was going to bring it up like that to say it wasn't finished. Here I am thinking at that time when I had said it in my reaction that I was, maybe overthinking it and it was meant to be like a joke you'd figure out on your own. But it is a real joke. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I just needed to acknowledge that. Oh my gosh. Tears of laughter. Oh, that was awesome. All right, let's see her reaction to it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, I think it's funny as hell. She didn't find it funny. I'm gonna have to write it down because I'll forget. I'm so happy they finished the joke though. Why? Are they trying to do this all together or what? Oh boy. Yeah. It is quite bold. Who does this guy think he is? All right, here comes the bloodshed. Yes. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick. All right, I'm at 2854. I'm just going to put it out there real quick. Erich and Clarissa. The problem's going to be there, right? Erich and Clarissa are going to clash. Amos is going to have to pick a side. And I think he's going to pick Clarissa. That's what I'm calling for now. Let's see what happens. All right, 3, 2, 1, play. That's crazy tension there. That's not fair. This is quite a predicament. Whoa, this is... Drummer to me right now is in the worst position out of everybody. That's all the more how it's going to be. I just can't wait to see how awesome they're going to somehow, hopefully, unfold it. Or tiny. According to the OG Amos. Oh, man. What's Hutch? Okay. That's actually very true. like Erich a lot. That's a good shocker for him. You would never tell with the way she acts, huh? Yay! Alright, maybe Erich and Clarissa will be friends after all. Okay, well, the way he said that line and the music, someone's gonna get left behind. What now? Oh! Fuck. Okay, someone's gonna die. And if it's Clarissa, I'm gonna be very pissed. And if it's Amos, I'm gonna be very pissed. And if it's Erich, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm like bracing myself for any fucking possibility. Her mods work, right? Oh, fuck. It's gonna be Erich. It's gonna be Erich. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yo, if Amos gets left behind... No, it's gonna be Erich. It seems set up for Erich. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just watching the beat of the scene. What the hell? Okay, from the lines they gave Hutch, I could see her kind of taking that final bullet for them to get on. Yeah. Oh! That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Nobody left behind. Yay. Oh. It's things like this where I'm just like, okay, I hope that was a good idea. I am so glad I read everything wrong. Sometimes it feels so good to be so wrong. It really does. And for me, it's quite often the none. It's fine. It's fine. It's the journey I'm on. Yay! That was a great thrill ride, though. She did? Oh, it's a wonderful view. Goodbye, Earth. Wow. This previous scene was so good I completely forgot about this part of the narrative. Okay. Oh! He told him! I was so sure he would not tell him. That's why he told him. To fuel him with more rage against her. Man, he really hates Naomi. From their perspective, though, I do empathize. But the way he manipulates it to bring this out of Philip is, that's a no-no for me. Oh, that's good. That's progress. That's great. All right, the light bulb is going off in her head, but it's not going off in mine. What did she just figure out? Something really obvious? Hmm. Okay. Ah, boy. So, that ending quite something. Okay. I like how they showed it off screen like that, though. That was cool. I'm not sure what I was listening to be honest. She's clamoring at something. Okay, anyway. Coming up, takeaways coming up. Based on this episode, I am very, very confident that it's going to be an epic season finale. Woo, well, I hope so anyway. So, let's talk about some of my takeaways from this episode, starting with Avasarala. Avasarala. It's so cool to be able to say her name without hesitation. If you've been watching my reaction since day one, remember when I had a hard time even saying Avasarala, and now it just kind of comes out like it's nothing. Okay, so Avasarala, she has been handpicked by a number of people to reprise her role as UN Secretary General, go up against the current one, and I'm Team Avasarala, all the way. If you were watching my reaction, I said out loud many times that where David and Delgado, they're... I feel like what they were planning to do when it comes to catching Marco was genocide in the process, okay? Literally, of a group of people who I think they forget or they don't care to remember or care to even take into consideration are innocent for the most part, most of them, right? And so I'm not on board with them. I am surprised that Avasarala did want to keep Delgado on her team. If anything, I would distrust his intentions, but at the same time, I see what she's saying in terms of his military record and all that stuff, and she knows him. And as she said, actually, she said it perfectly. He's someone that's not afraid of her, and that matters. So I get that perspective. But I said out loud as well that I don't like his motivations anymore. I'm not on board with his motivations, why he wants to capture Marco. I understood it as not only does he want to capture Marco to prove, that Earth is victorious over them and make a point to them, but I feel he's trying to also catch Marco for glory purposes that will make him and Earth, I guess, the military of Earth seem formidable in that sense, and it's a bit selfish. Anyways, regardless of that though, the bigger picture plan that they had in mind, blowing up Ceres, and God knows what else they're going to find an excuse to blow up just because Belters are there. Like I said, I think it's genocide in progress with the excuse of saying we're going after Marco and Naros. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that subject. And as for Avasarala, I think this is actually perfect for her to reprise her role. Hopefully she gets elected and all that as UN Secretary General, because when you compare the mistakes she's made in season 4 and the price she's paid, not only with the death of her husband, but the relationship prior to his death that was rifted apart because of the decisions she made as UN Secretary General in season 4. So as a viewer, I'm excited to see now not only the lessons she's learned, but how she's going to carry them forward to make what I believe to be much more productive decisions that hopefully in the end will create a win-win situation. Which ties into my second takeaway, because the commentary that Clarissa talked about in terms of creating tribes, I think reflects on what possibly Avasarala has in mind. Instead of trying to kill everyone or kill any Belter, why not, as she said it at the table herself, ally yourself with those who are not on board with the mentality or the agenda that Marco has in mind, and increase your tribe, right? I know all these dots are connected and there's only so much I can articulate in the review portion of this video, especially just having watched the episode for the first time. But most of you should know where my train of thought is going, hopefully. Okay, so part of my second takeaway, Clarissa, Erich, Amos, the whole shebang that happened on that island was amazing. And if you're watching my reaction, you know I was predicting all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh, that's going to happen. Oh, I think that's going to happen. And I am happy to announce I was wrong on every single point. Yes, I'm happy to be wrong, knowing that nobody, that I really care about, like Clarissa, primarily Clarissa and Amos, died or anything like that. But the tension, the action, the suspense, the thrill of it was just so wonderfully executed. And the one thing that I love the most about the narrative going on with Amos, Clarissa, and Erich and the whole gang is that it does reflect what likely would happen under those kinds of circumstances. Obviously, realism with this show is a thing, but I love it when it just really hits home on a human standpoint. It just makes me feel so good, and it's all the better as a viewer to watch it unfold beautifully the way The Expanse does it. Now, as for my last takeaway, I know many of you are like, there's no last takeaways. Drummer in the situation is a takeaway in and of itself. Philip and Marco is a takeaway in and of itself. How can you pick between the two? Obviously, all those narratives are memorable. But what I will be looking back at from this episode specifically and be like, ha, it's in this episode that I remember this. It's the joke. The Belter Earther-Martian joke got completed in this episode, and I will remember that as my top takeaway. So I'm not saying it's better, obviously, than the narratives with Drummer and Philip, which I will touch on shortly, but I'm saying that my last memorable thing from this episode that I, takeaway as a key thing to remember is that I finally got the joke, and I thought the joke was really funny. And I love how it was executed, and I love how Admiral Delgado, the way he expressed it with such enthusiasm, and then ends off with like, it's not that, it's not as funny as it used to be. And Avasarala was completely stoic because she wasn't amused, but I definitely enjoyed it, and I think it's funny, and so, of course, I'm going to remember it from this episode. So, overall, in this episode, undoubtedly, there are a lot of moving parts. Episode 10, I hope to see now what decision Drummer's going to make, because now she's put in a position where it's her loyalty to her faction and her love for Naomi, and also what I believe to be respect for the Roci crew that Naomi loves. That's Naomi's family. And so I'm interested to see what decision Drummer is going to make to not get her crew killed, but also hopefully play a part in saving Naomi and saving the Roci crew, if that ends up being the case. And lastly, when it comes to Marco and Philip, I was a bit disappointed and also slightly surprised. I was slightly surprised that Marco not only told Philip the truth that Naomi was likely alive, but using his son's emotions, manipulating it to then fuel the rage and the anger that was already there from the beginning for his own purposes. Now, when it comes to them as father and son, right? From their perspective, I did say out loud as well in my reaction that I understand. I do. I understand Marco's anger at Naomi from the way he perceives her, the way he perceives her character and her disloyalty. I could totally get it. But it's the fact that he used it to bring out an aspect of Philip that will likely make things worse is what I'm just not on board with, that kind of manipulation. But should I have expected less? Marco is who he is, right? Marco is who he is. And I really do see a very tragic outcome for Philip based on now his rage being fueled and his desire, his determination more or less, or his ambition, perhaps that's the better word, to prove himself to his father, to the belt, to everybody. I don't see a good outcome for him, and it would not surprise me if Philip dies. Seriously, it would not surprise me. And it's the one somewhat prediction that in some way, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be truthful with you people, in some ways, I hope I'm actually right and I'm not wrong about that. Because I think it serves the story as a whole for the principles I'm interpreting. I could be wrong. But that's how I see it so far. So, there you have it, everyone. That is my reaction and my key takeaways from episode 9 of season 5 of The Expanse. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So until episode 10, the finale episode of season 5, I'm Asha, tuning out, peacing out. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.